Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. And today I am so excited to bring you an Arena Direct run. I am going to pay 6,000 gems in here. If I get 7 wins before my second loss, then Wizards of the Coast will mail a box of collector boosters to my house. And folks, last night I had an incredibly good omen happen. I got the boxes that I won for the Avatar sealed event. So we'll have a mini unboxing here. There's box number 1 of Avatar. There's box number 2 of Avatar. And hopefully these two boxes together are going to bring us good fortune in the Lorwyn Eclipsed Arena Direct run. If you want to see the run where I won those boxes, I'll link it in the description below. Let's jump in. I am really crossing my fingers for some good cards here. Come on, something amazing. Something amazing. Doran is a bomb and a half. I love playing Doran. And we have a Johnny on color, and Emptiness on color, and Formidable Speaker on color. Maybe we could even play a Dream Harvest. This is a good pool. And then there is Endblaze Epiphany and Glen Elendra Guardian. The Lava Leaper and the Mirrormine crowd are nothing. But wow, we really have the makings of an amazing Abzan deck here if that's what we want to do. So let's hope that our commons and uncommons are going to support that. All right, we have Gold Meadow, something. Our white looks on first inspection pretty weak, to be honest, but that's okay because we may want to be playing 3 colors. In blue, we have, let's see, Blossom Bind, some various 1/3s. We have the 2/1 Fire, Surveil. Blue looks okay. All right, where are all of our cards at? Okay, let's see. I'm seeing, Blight Rot, Moonglove Extractor, Dream Caesar, Nightmare Sower. Okay, black looks also pretty mediocre. Interesting. Well, we have a bunch of red 2-drops I'm noticing. Triple Bone Club Berserker is an interesting one. I'm really hoping our green comes through. Okay, so in green we have Assert Perfection, double Lissaland Informant, triple Midnight Tilling, triple Morkant's Eyes. This card is amazing with an elf synergy theme, but on the other hand, 3 of them might be a little bit hard. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, and we do have double Prideful Feastling, Emptiness. What I'm seeing here is that my bombs do look really good, but commons and uncommons I think are quite unimpressive. So let's lay this out in terms of the number of cards of each color that we have, and let's see what that's looking like. Okay, this is one of the weirdest, silliest sealed pools I think I've ever opened in my life. So we would love to play some kind of Abzan situation. I really want to play Doran and a Johnny if possible, as well as Emptiness. So we have a lot of rewards if we are in like white-black with a green splash, white-black and a little bit of green. But I don't think our commons and uncommons are really supporting that. We have very low card quality below the rare level, to be honest, except for this really weird situation where we have some of the best elf synergy cards. I also want to play Formidable Speaker. That might actually be my best card, and it goes really nicely with Doran, and it can find Doran as well. So all in all, I kind of want to put together black-green, see if I have enough elves to make Morkant's Eyes work. I mean, hey, maybe Morkant's Eyes is my best card, to be honest, if I can get enough elf support for it. Although I think this card has really bad diminishing returns. You don't really want 3 Morkant's Eyes in play at the same time, do you? Maybe you do. Just turbo mill elves and then make a million tutus. I guess it could be good. However, a big issue for that is a Johnny asks for double white. Emptiness is really best if you can do double white and double black. Otherwise, I think it's not that great. And Doran needs you to have 1 of each of 3 different colors. And look, I have no fixing. I have just Furdock Core, which we really do not want to have to play. So I think if I'm doing the Abzan thing, I may have to pick bombs, and fixing may be a challenge. On the other hand, I actually think I may have a pretty good green-red aggro deck in here. If I have enough goblins and enough elves, maybe I could make a deck where like every card is either a goblin or an elf, and then I'm playing my Bone Club Berserkers, Lissaland Informants, Morkant's Eyes, I get to play Endblaze Epiphany, and it just looks like I'm putting stats on the board. In the run where I won those Avatar boxes, I did basically just have a bunch of understated 4-drops that were just consistently putting power on the board and threatening my opponent. That is a way to win some games of Sealed. So those are the 2 decks I'm going to try out first. Number 1, something in the Abzan space that gets to play all my bombs. And number 2, some kind of just simple green-red aggro with fewer bombs, but maybe more consistency. So let's look at Abzan first. So a Abzan deck that's more green-white based could look something like this. I'm inclined to try to do green-white if possible, just because then I get to play a Johnny, and it has double white pips, so that's pretty hard. The deck is really funny in a few different ways. So I think I would play one swamp, and the idea is your fixing is midnight tilling. You're just looking at so many lands. And basically the concept of this deck, and the more that I look at it, the more I think I have to try this. Midnight tilling plus Morkan size, it's just a turbo mill strategy. I turbo mill myself, get a million elves in the bin, and then I'm just cracking the Morkan size for value. I think I probably do play Emptiness, even though I can't possibly afford the double black. There is a question about if I even am supposed to run Doran in this deck. It's possible the hit to my mana base is not worth it, but it's not that big a hit. It's more of a cost of drawing Doran and not being able to play it, having it stuck in your hand. So this, it doesn't necessarily look like a trophy deck to me, but I kind of like the idea of exploiting this midnight tilling Morkan size situation. So why don't we see if going base black green looks like a better way to do that. And maybe, unfortunately, we don't get to run a Johnny in that one, but let's see what it looks like. Okay, I'm immediately ruling this out. I got as far as cutting the white cards and putting in 2 removal spells, which is good, and Moonglove Extractor. I can't responsibly play a Johnny here, so a Johnny has to get cut, and it doesn't even add any more elves. The main advantage of trying to make it base green black is that you actually get to have more elves, but this one doesn't. So I think right away I'm going to rule that out. Also, Thoughtweft Imbuer is nice. The reason I was running it in the other version is a Johnny makes Kithkin, and more importantly, Feisty Spikelings and Prideful Feastlings are both Kithkins and they are elves. So they would buff my my Thoughtweft Imbuer, and they also would count towards Morkan size. And by the way, I forgot to mention, Lissalin, Informant, and Morkan size, I wouldn't say that they're fixing exactly, but they're kind of fixing because they can help me find my black land by surveilling into it. And actually, I think I could probably go 7 and 2 because of the Surveil and the Midnight Tilling. This is really good for fixing your mana if you need it to. So I think I'm back on something like this as my current best bet. What a funny deck. The one thing I want to try, though, and then I'll just pick my final deck and ship it, I do want to try Green-Red Aggro. So let's take a quick look at that. Okay, so Green-Red Aggro would look something like this. This deck actually looks kind of good. I have had a lot of trouble, though, in Lorwyn overall of stacking up on 2-drops and not really paying attention to winning grindy situations. This format has a lot of situations where like one flyer can win because you're in a board stall on the ground. So I don't necessarily think this is a better way to win than packing your deck with like a Johnny and Doran. More inclined to go in that direction. And yeah, it gives up a lot of bombs. I mean, Endblaze Epiphany is really good, and I still get to play Formidable Speaker, and I still get to do the Turbo Elf thing. So, I mean, all in all, there's something to be said for it, but I don't get to play the Bone Club Berserkers as grotesque, like mega, 8/4s or whatever. So I'm inclined to go with the other one, but if I win my first game, I'll go back to this build. Wait, sorry, I mean, if I lose my first game, I'll go back to this build. I think I misstated that. Okay, I think this is my final deck. I'm ready to send it and just try it out. I made one small change. I'm putting in Fur.Core. Core. It's not a good card in a vacuum, but I just want to try the ramp and making my mana just a little bit more consistent. And also it's a changeling, so I believe if it goes to the graveyard, Morkan's Eyes will count it. And one other funny little thing with it is Formidable Speaker can untap it for mana. So Formidable Speaker plus Fur.Core is a little bit of mana fixing, a filter. All right, let's play some games. Let's win some boxes. All right, we have our first game. Let's hope for a good hand. I actually did wonder with all the Surveil and Turbo Mill I have going on if I'm supposed to be on more than 40 cards. It's possible. This hand looks pretty awesome. This is what I want to be doing. I'll probably go turn 2 Lissalin Informant into Morkan's Eyes, I'm thinking. All right, Fur.Core is not bad. I mean, this is a very mana greedy hand. Foraging Wickermaw comes down. That's a good blocker against both of my 2-drops. Foraging Wickermaw is at home in a slower, more grindy deck. Okay, I'm going to attempt to surveil a land to the top. That's what I want. Spiral into Solitude. Kind of nice because I have no removal right now. But we really need a land for this hand to take off. So, kind of awkward. Would have liked my top of my deck to be land, then Spiral into Solitude. Especially now that they played Brigid. But Spiral into Solitude is not even a very good response to Brigid. So Brigid is you flip it and you can add a million mana. Yeah, that's rough for me. Well, let's play Furdok Core. They're going to get to attack me, but I think it's better to have my mana under my feet than to play a Prideful Feastling. Yeah, flipping Brigid, making 1,000,000 mana. That's pretty good. And then you make another 1/1, and then etc. That's pretty good. So my plan next turn is... Oh, your own Furdok Core. Okay. So they do have, like, infinite mana now. I'll take 1 damage. My plan next turn is probably Morkant's Eyes. Wow, I'm really choked on lands. This is unfortunate. Maybe I Midnight Tilling, get a land, and then play Prideful Feastling. Kind of like the idea of having Prideful Feastling down. What a mill. Do I just take Doran? Yeah, I'm just going to take Doran, right? Take Doran, play the Prideful Feastling, and the next turn I play Doran. Okay, forget about getting a land. But actually, maybe it is Morkant's Eyes to try to get lands on top. Nah, I like the idea of Prideful Feastling. I like the idea of just developing my board. So these are not very good removal colors for getting rid of Doran. Are they going to Tweeze? It looks like they're going to Tweeze. Or Seer. They're thinking about what they want to Tweeze. It can't be Boulder Dash. That would be awkward. Giant Fall to destroy my core. Oh, that's brutal. Are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah. Giant Fall kind of makes sense in Sealed. Not a good card, but in Sealed you need removal, right? Tapping the Brigid to add the mana to transform itself makes sense. What do I have for this Brigid? I mean, I have Assert Perfection. Yeah, I didn't mill my swamp, did I? Thank goodness. Wow, blowing up my Furdok Core. That's so brutal after I just pulled a Doran back instead of the land. Yeah, that's pretty tough. I'll take 1 damage. I do need to land this Prideful Feastling, don't I? Let's just play it. And then play land. It holds stuff back very nicely. We do need to find another Plains if we're going to play Emptiness for the ability. Emptiness will be able to bring back the Formidable Speaker. Okay, they have a Tweeze. Yeah. Their deck is just a green, red, white aggro deck. Yeah, this Doran is looking really bad right now, just being completely stuck in my hand. But really, really my issue was just amount of mana here. I mean, I guess taking back Doran was greedy, but how was I supposed to anticipate that they were main decking artifact removal? That's not usual. Well, I can play... The problem is I really want to draw land and draw something else to do. I can't double spell with Morkant's Eyes. I can't play any of the good cards in my hand. And you have an Ashling's Command. Holy smokes. The off-color splash for Ashling's Command. I guess I'll keep this on top, and now my idea is just Morkant's Eyes. Like, my win condition is Morkant's Eyes here. I'll play Morkant's Eyes, try to surveil a land to the top, and then just try to get 6 1/1s, 5 1/1s. But I almost don't have enough time. I'm almost out of time. That's the really silly thing. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, putting me down to 6. And now I need to draw a land. I get a bunch of 2/2s. Wow, the artifact removal, then having removal for my lifelinker, then having an off-color Ashling's Command with your Furdok Core. So now that they tap this, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Liminal holding Morkant's Eyes. Unreal. Okay, that was a really bad beat. I don't think that it accurately reflected how often cards are going to get stuck in my hand, because we just had a lot of trouble with the amount of mana. And I'm not going to say I would beat that person in a best of 3, but the off-color Ashling's command, getting 3 colors set up, and then having artifact removal to perfectly shut down my Doran, okay, but we can do better than that game. So starting off with a loss is not where you want to start out, but that does not feel like a good representation of not just what this event will be like, but what that matchup would be like most games. That was a implausible sequence. But okay. So I will just play, why don't I start with Markant's Eyes? Then I'm going to Formidable Speaker pitching something. Perhaps I can't grab Doran yet, though, is the one thing, because I don't have access to black mana. Or I can just draw Doran. I'm perfectly happy with that. Let's just draw Doran, play this, play a Formidable Speaker, probably pitch Feisty Spikeling. And what would I search for? Pitch Feisty Spikeling, search for, could be Moon Vigil Adherence. Oh, I can search for, let's see. I really want, am I actually just trading a Feisty Spikeling for a Prideful Feastling? It could be. I really want lands. But I'm going to Midnight Tilling next turn, so actually maybe I specifically want Protective Response in my hand. I would like to Midnight Tilling, find a swamp ideally, play the Feisty Spikeling next turn. I think let's pitch the Feisty Spikeling and find, it's kind of silly, but I'm going to go ahead and find, well, I want to find a swamp with my Midnight Tilling or Furdok Core. I'll probably just get, maybe I could get Lissalana Informant actually. It's so good with Doran. Basically what I'm doing here is I just am turbocharging Morkant's Eyes. Gnarlbark Elm, so you can give something -2/-2 until end of turn. Let's put an elf in the bin. That sounds good. I don't want to draw that and play it, right? I don't think so. All right, I will Midnight Tilling. The only issue with this is now I can't double spell if I get a swamp, but okay, wow. What a mill. That was not what I want to be milling. Kind of want lands, but okay. Lissalana Informant. Do I want another forest? I really want a way of producing black mana, but I want elves in the bin. I mean, I'm probably going to get to Morkant's Eyes one way or another, right? I'm not in a hurry to activate Morkant's Eyes. I really just want to be able to play Doran. So let's do it like that. Yeah, Formidable Speaker is holding back the 2/2, so I'll avoid... Oh, I missed that they milled Taster of Wares. I won't attack with it. Taster of Wares is an incredible one. I'm glad that they milled that instead of casting it. All right, so another forest on top. I guess I'll just put that in the bin. Wow, we are now really short on lands, aren't we? So I can play Prideful Feastling, untap a land, and shoot something if I want to. I think I'm just going to play the Prideful Feastling. I could attack with Lissalana Informant. Trade with probably their Lissalana Informant would be good for me. Yeah, I'll do this. I should have done this before attacks, so that's definitely clumsy by me. Or before playing the Prideful Feastling. You know what I mean. All right, get in for 3, that's fine. I have good blockers, so not too worried. This is only as a sorcery, so... Okay, Moon Vigil Adherence. 5/5 is chunky, but I do have Protective Response. Okay, Surveil, Spiral into Solitude. Yep, that's another good one. I'll take that. So I will Spiral this guy into Solitude. And then probably attack with Lissalana Informant and Prideful Feastling. And I have Protective Response if they double block. Sounds good. Kind of like the idea of putting pressure on. Block and block. This is also fine because I'm getting just a ton of stuff in the bin. And I get to mill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exile this guy, putting a -1 on Prideful Feastling. That kind of sounds good in case they have like destroy target enchantment. Gaining 1 less life is probably not that relevant. So yeah, let's do this. Now that we have this trade offered, let's go ahead and do that. Bonk, bonk. Everybody trades. I get another elf in the bin and I get to surveil. Now I guess I kind of do want lands because now I can pop Morkan's Eyes for 4. Oh, I'll put that guy straight in the bin. That's just value. That's just double value. I want to pop Morkan's Eyes before I exile it. But I've milled so many lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I shouldn't have put those forests in the bin. Just kind of felt like I really wanted to be drawing good stuff. And I think I did because it was good that I drew Spiral into Solitude. But now we do want some lands. Okay. Surveil. I mean, I still get to be surveilling, so I guess I'll put this one on top. Draw it. Play this. I technically could assert Perfection. What could they have? +3/+3? You know, this is worth an extra 2/2 if I keep it in the bin. I think let's exile it just so that I don't have to spend Assert Perfection on the random Prideful Feastling. It makes my Morkan's Eyes a little bit worse, but I think that's okay. If I get off Morkan's Eyes, I think I'm feeling pretty good. And the idea here is I would double block, and then if they have any tricks, I'll Protective Response. They have returned 2 things to their hand. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're playing a resource game. I'm feeling pretty good in the resource game until they play a bomb. I guess my Black Splash is too sketchy. Doran has been stuck in my hand both games. Yeah, so I did give them the opportunity to up their Gnarlbark Elm, but now I think we have the chance at a blowout. Well, not a blowout, but I can Protective Response Gnarlbark Elm. Okay, so I'll block here. And then I guess I'll just kill that guy. If you have +3/+3, you can totally destroy me here. So hopefully you don't. I'm just hoping that you don't. I mean, this Formidable Speaker is not that important. At this point, I'm just trying to draw a land and crack the Morkan's Eyes. I don't mind that I got them to spend this resource. I basically just got to trade this for Protective Response, which would not have happened. Okay, I'll take Midnight Tilling, absolutely. Midnight Tilling is awesome here. This is why I'm playing this card. All right, we got Furdok Core. There's also a Johnny. Honestly, do I just take a Johnny and try to get... Because that guy, Furdok Core, is a land in the bin. It's a... sorry, an elf in the bin. But I could take a Johnny, make a Kifkin next turn. I like the idea of not just throwing away my bombs. Furdok Core does unlock Doran, and I could play it this turn. And it unlocks Morkan's Eyes. How many lands do I have left if I take the Furdok Core? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm digging for 5 lands out of 13 cards. Yeah, there's a good number in there. Okay, I'm going to be greedy here. I'm taking a Johnny, and I will assert Perfection, the Speaker, into this guy just so that we're staying a little bit active on the board, but I'm not going to attack. I mean, a Johnny's good next turn, right? I play it and make a Kifkin. I don't know. I think maybe after this game, I'll go to the green-red version. I'm having a lot of mana problems. I wouldn't really have expected it. Honestly, Aurora Awakener. Okay, I mean, that's a ridiculous bomb. So now I really just need to find a land. Okay, maybe I just was supposed to get the... Even a land doesn't do it because this guy can't be blocked by more than one creature. Goodbye. Wow. And I didn't even find a land. Okay, and this thing has trample. Wow. I'm really not having trouble with, like, look, it would be one thing if I were having a lot of problems with colors of mana, but I'm not. I mean, Doran is getting stuck in my hand, which I think is actually just unlucky. I have a lot of ways of finding my black sources. Probably I should not have taken Ajani. I guess that was greedy. I'm just having trouble with amount of lands. Like that time when I milled 4 lands off of Midnight Tilling was a little bit tough. And Morkant's Eyes, I was treating as a 6-drop. If you go back and look at my curve, Morkant's Eyes is a 6-drop to me. This can just get through. That's just how that goes. Morkant's Eyes is a 6-drop. So it's not like I'm, you know, playing a bunch of cards that are really low on the curve, and I didn't think about that. Like, I built my deck knowing that it would take a lot of mana. Goodbye. Can I just get a land, please? I have 5 left in my deck. Thank you. That's a swamp. So now we can either pop Morkant's Eyes or play Doran. I think it's probably time to pop Morkant's Eyes. Then I can quadruple block Aurora Awakener and have 2 left over to block other things. Safe Right Cavalry is just going to get chumped. So let's pop the Morkant's Eyes. And then we're going to play Doran. So it's 7 elves. And we'll see how this goes. I have 8 cards left. So there's a Midnight Tilling in here, which is a blank card. There's another Morkant's Eyes, though, right? I only have 2 in the bin. Morkant's Eyes is a nice bomb to still have. And these guys will start blocking as a 4/6 and a 5/3. But yeah, Aurora Awakener did a lot of work for them. I'd be feeling pretty good if not for Aurora Awakener. All right, I don't know what they have here. There's the sorcery that gives your creatures +3/+3, but it's a sorcery. So I don't know. There could be +2/+0 indestructible and trample. That would be really bad for me. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then double block here, and then block there, and then take 4. Now the thing is, they can give an elf +2/+2. So they could give this +2/+2, so let's add a blocker. They could give this +2/+2, so let's add a blocker. Then I could add a blocker to this to play around the +3/+0 trick, and I would be punished if they have +2/+0 and trample and indestructible, but if they have that, I think I'd just lose anyways. So let's do that to deal 10 damage so that +3/+3 wouldn't get them out of this mess. All right, let's try. See what you've got. I'm expecting a Safe Right Cavalry pump. They cannot do 2 Safe Right Cavalry pumps. It's very interesting to me that they held back Lissalina Informant. I wonder if it's because, so 6, I mean, this would have been a lethal attack, so I didn't have the option of just not blocking. I guess I could have done something minimal where I just chump 1 creature, but they're going to go to 23. 10, 11, 12. Maybe I should have just held everything back and tried to crack in for lethal, but I don't think I could definitely deliver lethal next turn, and if things don't go well for me here, it's lethal, whereas these blocks look pretty advantageous. So I get to Surveil anything except Morkant's Eyes. Oh, Moonvigil Adherence. Yeah, I'll play that one. That's a good one. So Safe Right Cavalry is going to be blockable next turn. Okay, all right. All right. So I'll block the Safe Right Cavalry with Doran, which is a 5/10. But okay, depending on what this last card is, I'm feeling better. So I'm going to play this guy. So Formidable Speaker and Safe Right Cavalry, and Doran Besieged by Time can both block the Safe Right Cavalry. So why don't I attack? I'm anticipating Lissalina Informant is going to block an elf. I wonder if they've been saving a removal spell, but I don't think they knew about Doran, did they? I didn't reveal that one. So maybe, well, this guy can also untap a permanent. So I could attack with these, and then my trick is Formidable Speaker can untap a 1/1. These all get +0/+0. If they kill Doran, I'm in some trouble. But I think cracking in for 5 is important. I need to be putting maximum pressure on them. Yeah, okay, that's actually what I expected to happen, so I'm glad I snuck through the extra 1 damage, putting them down to 20. Okay, ridiculous. How big is this thing going to be? Pretty darn big, right? So this is my deck doing roughly what I hoped it would do. I guess I could have attacked with Formidable Speaker just to put the pressure on. I'm not going to get to attack with these creatures again, unfortunately. But hopefully they don't have an attack here. If they have a removal spell, they get an attack. Okay. Strange attack. I'm just definitely going to... Oh, I can only block with one creature. Well, I could block with Formidable Speaker. It's a 4/8. Or no, it's a 4/6, I mean. Yeah, so +2/+0 gets it. So let's just block with Doran and see what happens. This thing's a 6/6. Blightrot on Doran. Okay. And then you have enough to pump it. So it was a removal spell. Okay. Well, in with the team. And then I'll play Moon Vigil Adherence and just hope that you don't top deck a removal spell. I have a 12/12 Trampler now. This does help you find a removal spell. You can Surveil. I miss Morkant's Eyes. I want my next Morkant's Eyes. This was a good draw. I mean, a lot of these cards I think are lands or Midnight Tilling, which is unplayable. Are you going to attack? So you can block for 7, 8, 9. You cannot kill my guy with what you have on the board right now. So yeah, I'll just go in with this one. If I get through, I'll be really happy. There isn't really a chump block here, so all right. Play a Prideful Feastling. Oh, I should have done that first for the extra damage. Ha, my bad. Left some damage on. I left 1 point of damage on the board, which could be very relevant. That's the difference between one of these creatures being lethal and not. One of these 3 creatures being lethal and not. So that was stupid of me. I just forgot that it would get bigger if I controlled another creature. Can we deliver lethal damage here? Feels like it should be very likely, but let's see. What could they have? Something that gives trample and a whole bunch of power. I can untap my Moon Vigil Adherence and block with it if I want to. Moon Vigil Adherence is just such a good card. It is such a good card. Okay. That happens. And Gloom Ripper, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Yep. Gloom Ripper. So this thing is going to be a 12 something. Okay, well, I'll untap my Moon Vigil Adherence. Oh, it's going to be a 13 something, but no trample. Gloom Ripper, one of the best bombs in the format. So I win, right? I win on board. I guess I'll chump this because I don't want to trade. It does not have trample. I'll just chump block it. And yeah, I think I win on board. You can't block down my trampler. So in with just 1, I guess. And deliver 4 trample damage. Nothing has lifelink. All right, we got there. I don't like my deck that much. I think that Doran is pushing things too much. I'm playing, like, I didn't really know how good this whole elf thing would be, but I'm getting stuck on lands. And if you think about it, it's like Midnight Tilling, this is a non-creature. Morkant's Eyes are really a 6-drop, right? And Spiral into Solitude, Assert Perfection. So if you look at my curve, it's not that great. Furdot Core, like, I was going to use it to spit out a Doran, but someone main decking artifact removal has me thinking maybe I just should not do that. Not that it's wrong of them to main deck that. That's a reasonable bite spell for them to be playing. But so one option is just cut the black, and I play something like Keep Out, Spiral into Solitude, Shore Lurker. Like maybe this is a deck, cut the black, and just go for like green-white consistency. That lets me play a Johnny. The other option is to do something like the green-red that I was looking at. So I would have cards like this, I guess. So I lose a Johnny, I lose Doran. I lose Spiral into Solitude and some various removal. I lose Thoughtweft Imbuer. In return, maybe I would play this card. I get just a bunch of 2-drops, basically, just being faster. So I would get Endblaze Epiphany, keep the triple Midnight Tilling. So now I have all of these are actually 2-drops. This is not, but maybe I don't play that card. Maybe I cut 1 Midnight Tilling because I'm not even doing fixing anymore. And maybe I actually play 16 lands. Kind of looks like a 16 lander, doesn't it? I mean, maybe not, because there's triple Morkant's Eyes, double Kullrat Zealot. So I actually kind of feel like maybe I do play 17 lands with this. I don't know why it won't show me my fancy mountains. Come on. And yeah, I don't think that I play these goblin guys because I just do not have that many goblins. I mean, I do have double Prideful Feastling. I have the Elder Ante. I mean, Enraged Flamecaster is pretty bad in this deck, so maybe I just cut that. This is something. I mean, you know, it's a fast deck. It has some clunkers. I don't really love playing the Elder Ante. I'm not sure what Formidable Speaker is searching up here. Guiltleaf's Embrace. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm genuinely curious. I'm a little bit torn, but I'm gonna go back to blue-white. Green-white. So this is exactly what I was on before, but I cut Doran and a single Midnight Tilling because I don't really need the fixing. Kind of reduces my turbo mill strategy. I think I still play Emptiness, but I'm still turbo milling pretty much. And yeah, I mean, this looks like maybe a little bit more of a active deck. I'm playing maybe a few too many combat tricks. I don't really want to play Keep Out plus Riverguard's Reflexes, but you need some minimum amount of removal in Sealed. And I'm doing a lot on 2. I mean, there's a lot of things that I can play for 2 mana. Fast deck, but I still definitely think I play 17 lands. So let's try this out. Maybe, I mean, I just was having a little bit too much mana trouble. Kind of think I just got unlucky, but let's try this and just see if it works better. If you want to get better at Sealed right along with me, as I do an Arena Direct today, tomorrow, and the next day if all goes well, then go ahead and click subscribe using the link below. And after those Arena Directs, I'm going to be going back to Lorwyn drafts. I do a draft every single day and post it here on my channel. All right, on to game 3. I think this hand is perfectly fine, right? We have a 2-drop, and we can surveil in 2 different ways. So I'm going to keep it, and Midnight Tilling can fetch us white. Our mana base is a little bit less ambitious than it was before. By the way, I'm kind of on the fence about Emptiness, but think about it this way. I'm actually not at all on the fence about Emptiness, but it would be reasonable to be. So I'm very confident I'm supposed to be playing Emptiness. The reason is now I'm more likely to hit double white. If I do things like Midnight Tilling plus a bunch of surveilling, I should have pretty much always by turn 6, I should have a target for it. And then the question is, would you play a 6-drop that is a 3/5 that comes with like a 3/1 or something? So that's my white. I'm going to keep that. And the answer is absolutely, right? A 6-drop that's a 3/5 plus a 3/1 with a surveil trigger. Yeah, everyone would play that. So in some decks where you don't get something in the bin quite so reliably, maybe I wouldn't, but in this one, definitely. So currently our game plan is next turn, play the island, Midnight Tilling at the end of their, not the island, the plains. Play Midnight Tilling at the end of their turn. Then Morkant's Eyes. Or maybe I Morkant's Eyes first because Morkant's Eyes gets better the longer you have it out. So yeah, maybe I play Morkant's Eyes first. Crack in with the Informant. The opponent has a tough decision for turn 2. What is happening here? Okay. They even had a land in their hand? I wonder if they disconnected. Look, they're actually still here. They're actually still here. I wonder if they had internet problems. Oh, that sucks. I hope it wasn't internet problems. I'm rooting for a good game. Well, I'm happy to draw Keep Out. In with Lisselin and Informant. And now we're just going to go for perfect draws every turn. This is the strategy. This is what I wanted to do. Surveil, 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 mill 4. Yeah, looks like they had an internet hiccup or something. That sucks. That sucks for them. I'm sorry, Dragon Y3. You don't deserve to go down this way. Oh, a Johnny, you didn't deserve to go down this way. Well, it's between a Johnny and Moon Vigil. And I don't even have the second green for a Johnny. But Moon Vigil, or the second white, but Moon Vigil is like pretty awkward here. This guy I can get back with emptiness, so that's kind of sweet. I've got to just go for a Johnny and then just surveil anything that's not a plains into the bin, right? I get to look at 3 cards here. Do I just keep Assert Perfection though? Yeah, I kind of just want to assert my perfection into this Mud Button Curse Tosser. Just go 1 for 1 and crack in for 4, putting the opponent to 10. That seems pretty good. And then, of course, we are looking for lands to go off with more Can't Eyes. I think I'm actually wrong to not play the 3rd Midnight Tilling. Oh, that card's really good. That card is really good. Okay. Surveil. I really want a plains, please. You can go right in the bin. Snap binning that guy. And then, no, I don't think Forest is cutting it here. I need white mana. Formidable Speaker. Okay. Yeah. Formidable Speaker. Okay, I'm going to offer the trade on Lissalan Informant. Because Dawnhand Dissident is really good. Barbed Bloodletter. So we are... Okay, yeah, it becomes a 3-2. Yeah. So I can destroy targeted... No, it's an artifact, not an enchantment. Darn it. Yeah, okay. Well, hey, I get a Surveil trigger. Or a Scry trigger. No, a Surveil trigger, I mean. So another Surveil. So goofy. But the Surveil actually doesn't matter because I'm going to play this Formidable Speaker. Am I? What would I discard? Honestly, no. I'm going to exile the Grove Guide, even though it makes Morkant size worse. I think I want the 2-2. I assume we're going to keep out on their turn. Hold on. What would I get if I played Formidable Speaker? Thoughtweft Imbuer. Moon Vigil Adherence is currently in my graveyard. Why is my mana always so awkward? I guess I keep surveilling lands into the bin, but like, couldn't I have gotten a white mana? I guess I have a lot of double pips. I don't know. Well, I'm going to make my Morkant size a little bit worse. I just want to have some board presence, and I do not want to play Formidable Speaker right now. I want them to tap, and then I shoot their guy with Keep Out. That's what I want to happen. My hand has a really good future if I can just unlock it. Wow, Slumbering Walker is an amazing one. And they're not going to tap their thing, and they're going to get their Curse Tosser back. Yeah, this is really sad. Can I get a plains, please? Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The question is, do I even play a Johnny here? Now they've just, like, charged ahead of me. Well, I guess so. Then I'm in chump blocking mode, but at least it gets them to tap their stuff. So I will play it. I will play it, and then I'll be chump blocking. What's going to happen is the 2-2 chump blocks Slumbering Walker. The 1-1 blocks the Mud Button Curse Tosser. Okay, they're going to cycle their Curse Tosser to be able to do this. I'm glad that they're starting to tap this guy. If they get rid of the Curse Tosser... Oh, this is from any graveyard. But you have to pay green. What? Oh, are they just making Morkant size worse? They don't actually want to play anything? You have to pay double green. Right? They have to find a way to play double green. Is a Johnny just not that good? Does a Johnny just secretly suck? I mean, it's not like the world's greatest bomb. So they're trading for my 1-1 with the idea that then they're just going to bring it back from the dead. I guess the idea here is they're just trying to make Morkant size worse. Okay, then they get to bring their thing back. So I can play... Okay, wow, Sky Swimmer. Yeah. Okay, I really need to get my Morkant size off. I guess that's why it feels like I'm chronically mana screwed. I think I keep this on top. I'll draw it. Because Morkant's Eyes is so ridiculously mana hungry. I guess that's why. So I'll do this. I cast double white. And they're going to use their Dawnhand Dissident to just exile everything from my bin. So they can Blight 2 and make me unable to cast whatever I target. So that's very unfortunate. So I don't want them to be able to play my my 2/3. I guess I should have held back Keep Out. So this Blight is a like infinite loop with the Slumbering Walker. But now I do get to kill that guy. So yeah, let's just sack a Johnny to make that thing go away. The problem is I don't think that I could have done that without... Oh, but they can Slumbering Walker it back, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that we were getting out of this one. I think our way out was... Like, if we killed it earlier, but they just have... I mean, this combo is just too bonkers. Like, Slumbering Walker plus the Dawnhand Dissident. Them saving it with Barbed Bloodletter, like, this is why I didn't really want to play Keep Out. Because, it's so limited. Keep Out is so limited in what it can do. And yeah, Dawnhand Dissident just shuts down my strategy, right? So let's put that in the bin. Thought-Left Imbuer is not a good draw here. Can play a Shore Lurker. That is a way of pushing damage. So I'll put this guy in and I Surveil. Put that in the bin. All right, Turbo Mill unlocked. But yeah, the only issue is Morkant's Eyes is just not doing anything. Morkant's Eyes is just not doing anything here. Because Dawnhand Dissident gets to... The fact that they are locking me down is what's making me lose this game. If I had 5 in the bin still, Morkant's Eyes, or whatever it was, 4 or 5 in the bin, Morkant's Eyes would be making... I would be able to make like 10 2/2s and crash in for lethal. But the fact that they have Dawnhand Dissident plus the ability to... What's this? Well, we're going to get into combat one way or another, so I have to block, right? Because if I attack, then I'll see whatever the spell is, right? It has Vigilance, so if I attack, we're going to see this, right? What happened here? Oh, we're in their combat phase, of course. Yeah, I would, yeah. I mean, really, Dawnhand Dissident is what got us. Yeah. So they're gonna get Dawnhand Dissident back. I can Midnight Tilling. I just want to mill myself out, basically, and then crack my Morkant's Eyes. This Keep Out has been completely useless. Completely useless. So I kind of want to go, like, Formidable Speaker plus... Formidable Speaker, pitch a Keep Out, then Midnight Tilling at the end of their turn. They're going to get to play a card from my bin if they want to, but they probably don't want to because I want to go on, like, Infinite Loop here. I really want to do Midnight Tilling before I do the Morkant's Eyes. So let's try playing Formidable Speaker and then just passing, I guess. I'll Midnight Tilling at the end of their turn. I'm not going to pitch anything. And then I will crack Morkant's Eyes on the following turn. And my game plan, the only way that I win is... if I mill like 4 elves, which I think is still possible, Feisty Spikeling, Prideful Speakling, blah, blah, blah. They get 2 more activations of the Dissident before I do that. So I could make like 5 2/2s and then they get another activation and then I can make 4 2/2s. If I had 9 2/2s here, I would stand a chance. They have me on a 5 turn clock, except not really because... So now I think I am just going to shoot this guy to prevent it from... Do I shoot it to prevent it from looping? Because I really want to Midnight Tilling. So do I just give them another? What's worth more in expectation? Midnight Tilling is worth more than 1 in expectation. So I'm going to let them get another mill. This does give them Prideful Feastling, but they would have to remove 3 counters here. Sure. It happens. Keep Out is just so bad. I never wanted to play Keep Out. It's just a blank card like half of the time, honestly. It's just so bad. But I really felt like I needed some removal. I really felt like I just needed more removal, that's all. Dawnhand Dissident plus Slumbering Walker is just cracked. Slumbering Walker is also a better card than any card I have in my deck. 2, 3, 4. I got 2 elves in the bin. I'll bring back Spiral into Solitude. Surveil. I'm down to 8 cards. Put an elf in the bin. Forest, I'll probably just put that in the bin. I'd like to draw relevant cards. Yes, I'm decking myself, but hey, when am I not decking myself? I'll play a land and then crack Morkant's Eyes for 5 2/2s, I guess. Yeah, makes sense. You'll exile something in response, obviously. So they can play Morkant's Eyes? No, they can't. Oh, sacking the Curse Tosser to put an elf in the bin. Okay, so that just turns that into a 2/2. That's not so bad. Or does it read it on the ability going on the stack? That's also possible. It may not have been worth an extra 2/2. Okay, so I take another 5, and you have a lifelink. Lifelink is really annoying. This being immune to removal is really annoying. I will give you that much. I may just be facing a lethal attack. But them tapping down Nightmare Sower shows that they think they're definitely the beatdown, which they might be right about. They might be right about that. Okay, I'll snap block Blighted Blackthorn. Presumably they're just doing that for the attack trigger. Okay, going to 10. I'm on a 2-turn clock. I'm only representing 15 damage. They could just take an attack from me. Another Marrow Sky Swimmer, giving them another blocker and another flying creature. Yeah. This synergy is just too strong. Them landing... I mean, Dawnhand Dissident is a card I've almost never beaten. It's like a absolutely out of control card quality. So... get rid of Slumbering Walker. Get rid of Slumbering Walker. Then I have Keep Out to kill the Dissident. How much can they put together in a counterattack? A lot, right? So maybe my game plan this turn is just kill one of their attackers, kind of play chicken, kill Nightmare Sower, kill Dawnhand Dissident, kill Slumbering Walker. Let's get rid of this right now just to make sure that I don't tap wrong or pass to their end step. So let's just get rid of that guy. Gets exiled. I've probably already taken too much damage, but let's see. I feel some hope. I have a lot of removal here. I am going to take 4 in the air, and I don't really have enough time to do the counterattacks that I want to do because I need to crack Morkant's Eyes. The moment that you exile something, you're getting kept out. Or actually, I should let you surveil first before you know that Dawnhand is dying. I need you to make that decision first. Okay, they keep it on top. And then I will kill Dawnhand. Okay. All right. Okay. We have 3 cards left. So now, in terms of blockers, block. So I need to keep 3 creatures back. I'm kind of throwing into Blighted Blackthorn, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I attack with 5 2/2s, I lose a 2/2. This trades for 2 2/2s. If they crack in with it, what if they just take this attack and crack in with the team? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I'm not in an attacking position. If they just took the damage and attacked with the team, they could kill me on the backswing. Like block, take 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. And if the fewer cards I attack with, the less worth it is because they're 2 for 1-ing. Oh, if you can kill my white creature. Oh, anti-sentence. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, no. It's a permanent. Okay, Few. But now they know to keep their guy out of combat. That's a little annoying. Just took me so long to actually get rid of that Dawnhand Dissident Slumbering Walker combo. I don't know. I probably could have played it differently, but it never really made sense to me to just sit idle until the thing became untapped. Interesting. I wonder what this means. It looks pretty bad for me. Whatever they're doing here looks pretty bad for me. Okay. So I'm going to go block. Maybe another one for good measure. Block here. Something like that. After damage, they get to kill a creature. And then I'm going to kill Nightmare Sower. After damage, when Mudbutton Curse Tosser dies, I get to kill something of mine. I go to 6. I'm on a 2-turn clock. They kill 2 of my creatures. Maybe I needed more reach. Is that possible? Maybe it's reach that I needed. Dream Caesar, representing lethal damage. That's not going to do it. River Guard's Reflexes. Yeah. Okay, in with the team. They got me right with the flyer. Okay, nice recovery from just skipping their second turn. I mean, the problem is Dawnhand Dissident. The synergy of Mudbutton Curse Tosser plus Dawnhand Dissident plus Slumbering Walker was so strong. I probably could have played around it better if I had been like properly thinking. I just didn't really like see all of the things that the synergy was going to do in advance. But I don't really think I could have played around it that much. So yeah, too bad. To be honest, I'm not very surprised by a 1-2 result here. My deck, while I had good bombs that were on color, Emptiness, Doran, and a Johnny are all nice. These are not like the defining bombs of the format. They all take setup and support to make them good. And I did not have fixing, so the 3-color deck was really suspicious. And then the Turbo Mill package was pretty cool of triple Midnight Tilling, triple Morkant's Eyes. But the thing about that was I didn't actually have that many elves to go with it. And it just turns out to be really mana intensive. It's finicky to like set this up. And after I saw like my frankly very bad common and uncommon card quality, I really felt like I was going to have a lot of trouble putting together a deck, especially with the lack of fixing. My only fixing in the whole pool is Furdock Core, which is really rough if you're trying to play a 3-color bomb, a bomb that takes 2 pips, and a bomb that takes 2 pips of different colors. I do think I got a little bit unlucky with number of lands that I drew, but you know, I don't think that my deck had what it takes, and I pretty much thought that from the beginning. So I'm definitely going to be doing another run. In fact, I'm going to be doing another 2 runs. We unfortunately do not get any rewards, so we're going to definitely hope to pick that up next time. By the way, just as a commitment, I always post all of my runs. If I'm doing 3 runs, I'm going to post them all. I'm not going to do like an extra run and kind of try to like only post successful runs. I think it's not very healthy for the community actually if someone is posting online and all that they post is success and they kind of hide the failure. I want you to have the opportunity to learn from this experience, and I also want you to see that nobody just goes one and done in these events. Nobody. I am net positive on these box events. I mean, you can see I have like 5 boxes back there. That's like, I don't know, whatever, hundreds, thousands of dollars of product. And I have not poured thousands of dollars into these events. So I am net positive, but I have a lot of failures along the way, right? And also there was one format, Bloomborough, where I did like 10 runs and got 0 wins. So that was a big sink right there. And I know even like Paul Chion, who's head and shoulders above me as a limited player, he has a story about back when they did the arena opens where you would do sealed runs just like this. He did like, I don't know, 23 runs in a row or something and didn't make day 2. So it happens to absolutely everybody. It's really important in these events to have a budget. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get there on the first try, second try, third try. Just stick to your budget. And, you know, if you're putting in the reps, if you're watching my videos every day and, you know, watching other people's content and analyzing your own games and paying attention to the limited environment, then in the long run, you have a good chance of making your money back and then some. But just make sure that you're not just, you know, pouring everything into run after run after run. Going 0-2 and feeling like it's only you or it's something wrong with you. So I do feel very passionately about that, as you can tell. I'm going to put this online if you want to, you know, get better at Magic and grow alongside me and hopefully win some more boxes in the future. Do go ahead and click subscribe. If you're already subscribed, tell your friends about this cool channel called Unlimited Splash, where we have a healthy growth, positive mindset to limited Magic. And tomorrow, I'm going to be right back at it again with another Arena Direct, and I really hope that this one goes better. So until tomorrow, everyone, go ahead and win some boxes. If you do, definitely let me know in the comments below and tell me what kind of a deck you had, and have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash.